Sawyer,
What's up, my boy?
welcome to the studio.
Thank you, bro.
Glad to have you here.
Appreciate it.
I really like that jacket as well.
Thank you. And yours. And the necklace and the shoes.
Thanks, man.
Always, bro.
You know,
Looking
now
good.
we got to layer up now these days.
We have to. It's actually not too cold out right now, though.
No,
it's doable. It's doable.
It's not, man.
Yep.
We've known each other for quite some time, man, and we both been kind of growing in our own ways.
Mm-hmm.
But to start this conversation,
Yep.
we are in conversation. We got to rewind
We gotta.
to the very first inaugural Denim music video for Falling Out. Fall 2021, I think.
Was it?
I think it's 21.
When was COVID? Was that like before? I mean,
It was kind of during, yeah.
So we were just breaking laws
we were
and like being horrible people.
we were breaking laws.
There wasn't many people involved. It was outside.
It was just Sawyer shooting the whole thing, and
yeah.
we weren't hanging outside the back of trucks
Yeah.
or anything.
No.
But just to start this off, rewind to that moment in time, that version of Sawyer, even that experience, that music video, like that was, at least for me, it was a thrill. It was so much fun.
That was one of my most fun ones. And I'm not even just saying that. Like it was one of the first ones that I guess like you and Nate and DeCarlo just truly, I felt like the belief, like you just believed in me, which is cool because I was maybe 20 and a complete idiot, as I still am, but especially I guess like naive and I don't know, like I just was figuring a lot out, you know? So I felt that was a really fun chance for me. I was in college at UW Eau Claire, and it allowed me to come here. So any opportunity I had to get here, I loved, you know, especially for such a fun band like you guys. All three of you have always been so nice to me and very welcoming. So I don't know, like just the process of it, you mean? Like how it came together?
Yeah. Let's start with like the
I don't know.
the
You guys,
brainstorming.
you probably just told me like we need a video or something, and then I was like, let's do it.
Yeah, I think
know.
it was like, you know, obviously, yes, we needed a video. We had this song. We were very inspired by like how to incorporate kind of this denim vision, show off our personalities and character as well, and shoot it all in Minneapolis, in 1 or 2 days.
Yeah. I think it was like 8 hours, like not that long. Well, of course, denim. There's gonna be denim in the thing, obviously. I mean, we used like that one denim backdrop type of thing that was made for a previous photo shoot of your guys's. So, you know, part of it is just needing to utilize your resources to the best way you can, especially when I owned little to no gear at the time. There's not a huge budget. There's just ways to do things using what you have, right? So that was a quick one. Of course, that had to be in it. You guys wanted a lot of denim, and I was all for that. Like, even the opening shot, we just hung a bunch of jeans, like, on a clothesline.
Yes.
And it was just, like, a zooming, slower shot of... It was you and Nate, I think, just kind of, like, dancing around and performing, which I thought was super fun. And I'm a sucker for the, like, slow zooms and stuff, too, so that felt good. But I think, like, it was fun because we all were just throwing ideas around. Nate definitely had a lot of the ideas, I think. And I would just kind of roll with them and try to build on them. Maybe incorporate a couple of my own, but I wouldn't say anything was too complex, you know? It was just like simple, fun. We didn't even like light stuff really. Like I don't even think we had a gaffer. It was mostly outside, natural light.
We got really lucky with that too. Like
it was like perfect. Because I mean, it was sunny, but it wasn't just like glaring, you know. And like Samson, one of my favorite colorists, colored that video, and he.
Shout out Samson.
Yep, he's coloring more of my shit right now as we speak. Yeah. Waiting for a draft from him. It's the boy. So he's amazing. And he also, just touching on Samson because I love him. He's so good at just being like, I get that the resources or like the budget isn't there for this, for example. I'm still gonna do it because I love to do it, and that's so cool because he's amazing. He could be doing stuff for a lot more money or things, but he just loves it. So, definitely. Where was I even going with that? I think it was just fun. It was just fun.
It was just fun.
I don't know.
And you mentioned that you were also in college at the time, and I remember you had to take a break
Yep.
from maybe our second or
It was
third
like an hour,
scene.
whole hour.
Hour break. Like, where's
Yeah.
Sawyer? Because you had to take an exam.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I told you guys the day before.
You did. You did.
know.
You did.
But I was like, yeah, I literally had to take an online exam, which I completely.
How do you balance that, man?
Bro, I cheated. Oh, come on. I mean, I don't know how I cheated. I had a couple different methods. Like, I don't really care if people know.
You already got the diploma.
We all
so.
did it, bro.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think it was probably like Quizlet or something stupid.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I got it like a D, but
Yeah.
it was fine.
think
I got 3.5 though in college.
Ooh.
Yeah. Hey, relax. It's like I said, it's not the most legitimate 3.5, but yeah. So I think I just like told Kyle to take over, right, or something.
Yeah. Then we
Who-
kind of like
Yeah.
helped direct it. Yep.
And you guys all have a great eye in the band as well, of course. So half of the time I'm not really doing much. You kind of just know what you're doing, so that's great too. Especially with many experiences already doing your own videos and stuff like that. And DeCarlo being in a big band and Nate just doing everything, having experience shooting and this stuff as well. But yeah, like even Kyle, the DP on that project, who just shot so much of my stuff, who I love dearly, I can just be like, all right, like take it from here, you know.
Yeah, the trust.
And it wasn't like the most essential scene either. It was a fun one, but it wasn't like our main, you know, scene too. So that helps. But yep, not my proudest moment, but you know, things happen.
And then it ended with a literal bang with us taking baseball bats.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
And swinging at those beer cans and beer bottles.
Yeah. And the inspiration from that you had, right? From what movie was that? Like the teenage movie with they're all wearing denim and they're like.
Yeah, I think it was like The Outsiders.
Yep, The Outsiders. Yeah, which I hadn't seen, so I kind of just took your word for it.
Yeah.
But it seems like a classic, I guess. I don't know. I haven't seen it, but it's definitely like an idea that's happened before. We're never claiming to be the most original with that, but it's still very fun.
Yeah.
And we had so much fun with that. You know, I never got to hit one thing.
What?
I didn't get to hit anything.
The bat.
Yeah.
You never got
I wanted my turn, but we literally broke everything. It was just like
so much fun.
we were just hitting oranges, like at the chiller side, but then glass bottles and stuff too, which was fun.
And we brought all the homies out
Yep.
to help us out with
Nice
that.
little like bonfire vibe with that too.
Yeah.
It was cool. Yeah, that was fun. I remember just like jumping into everyone at the end.
Yeah. Oh
Yeah.
yeah, and that did make the cut.
Yeah,
That did make the
I
cut.
put it in there. 'Cause
Yeah.
I don't know. It was fun.
Oh man, good
That was
time.
such a good day, dude. Wow.
Yeah, it was.
Kind of forgot about that.
It was, and you know, painting this world and helping bring these visions to life. The inspiration had to come from somewhere. So I know you grew up in Wisconsin for most of your time. How did that help shape your creative palette?
That was a hell of a transition. You're kind of good at this. Man of many talents. I don't know, honestly. I mean, like, I grew up in a town with 2,000 people, you know, and then like as later in high school, I moved to one with 600 people. Yeah. Like you've been to my house. You shot the one video there. It's middle of nowhere. Yeah. Not much to do. And I love documenting life in general, meaning usually that involves people. But if there's not a lot of people around, then it's kind of challenging. So for me, early on, it was a lot of, I guess, documenting like snowboarding, family stuff. Like that was big. A few friends and I that did have interest in it, we'd make like stupid sketches and just like weird, I don't know, ideas, I guess. So maybe that's part of it, but I definitely feel like I belong in the city, you know, because of the love of people and just being social like that, I guess. I'm not really like my parents in that way. They're social, but they're definitely hermits.
Yeah.
For the most part. They can turn on the social aspect, but they're also older, you know. People sometimes like to move to middle of nowhere and they get older, whatever. But I don't know if I have a great answer for you on that. But I feel like wherever we're from as people greatly influences who we become, obviously, and our tendencies and how we see the world. So it definitely does. I think I'm still figuring out how that has influenced those things, if that makes sense. You know? I don't know. So not a great answer, but it's, you know, I'm figuring it out. I'm learning.
Do you remember at least in those moments you were shooting those family videos, the snowboarding stuff.
Mhm.
Do you remember like a first shot or a first moment when you kind of got the itch and you knew this
Yeah.
was something you wanted to kind of pursue further?
Yeah, I would say earlier than that. When I, from ages 0, literally, to I mean, pretty much when I graduated, my dad would just take videos of me and my sister and my mom on his shitty high-8 VHS type camera, which cost probably about $80. He wasn't going for anything crazy, but he loves to document things like that, which I think I probably tried to copy to an extent as well, because I thought that was really cool. I mean, when you're really little, you love it because you love being on camera, and then you get like preteen, you're like, this is so weird, Dad. Stop. Like, there's phones now. Just use that. Like, we'd be at my basketball game, and I'm, I'll like airball a 3, and then he's like recording it on his VHS camera, and I'm just like, and then I have to see it later because we watch all of it just for fun, and I don't know. So that's a big one, and I remember as I became a teenager, I started to have more interest in the camera than being on the camera. So like once in a while, I'd take it from him and just go record like a frog in the yard or like something weird. I don't know, or just
Whatever was there.
Yeah, damn near. And even like my family, I would take it from him and interview the family. What'd you get for Christmas? Whatever. So I think I loved that. And then snowboarding wise, like I just kind of got into it. I was never good or anything, but I enjoyed it. And people make really cool snowboarding stuff, like whether that's like snowboarding parts, videos, or just photos. I found it really cool. So started doing that. I don't know if there's ever like one shot that I was like, whoa, this is crazy.
Yeah.
Not until like I started getting help actually filming from someone like Kyle, who is a cinematographer. So that's when I could see, oh, this is how I'd liked it to see, but he'd actually make it happen.
Yeah.
And then I was like, oh, okay, now it's not a joke. This is actually serious. Or like, this is something that is really interesting now that I see it could happen in a way that's not just like a bad version of whatever, shaky and out of focus and all that. So I don't know. I don't know if there's one specific, but
no, man, it takes a kind of a collective to help you do these things, and like you're even explaining that very well right now. It was like a series of moments and a series of experiences, and just being open to capturing whatever was around you, and whether it made it out to, whether you showed it to the family or you just kept it to yourself, you just kind of like kept building that up. And watching you kind of grow over the past couple of years and immerse yourself in this city and within the Twin Cities specifically, and working with my favorite artists around, right? My favorite artists who are pushing the edge as far as like their music. And then I just have grown to understand the value that it is to also be able to like paint a world visually to complement that. And I got to give you your flowers
thank you.
and kind of helping out and making that possible for so many. So,
thank you, bro.
With you being in Wisconsin for that period of time when you're in college and kind of doing the drive here to work with people, and now you're living here, how would you say this kind of city has embraced you, and how were you even able to immerse yourself in with these people and help them shape their visions?
Yeah. Well, great question. As you know, you're in the scene. There's incredibly talented people here, and I know everyone's gonna say that because why the hell would we not? But it's true, and especially in like certain aspects, and I think that the music scene here is insane, really. Especially kind of the underground stuff, stuff that people playing a show with 100, 300 cap or like 50 cap, whatever. I find a lot of those artists to be especially endearing to me. But I don't know. People are just so welcoming. I mean, it's, Minnesota nice, whatever. It's for a reason. It's just true. Like part of it is I just like the music though. And I think if you genuinely enjoy people's music, like I listened to your music a year before I ever met you. Like one of your first projects, the cover you shot in Africa. I don't remember which project that was.
Postcards Africa.
Yeah, that one. I hadn't met you yet, And for one, I thought that cover was so cool because that's what I'm into for one. But two, it's just beautiful, and I loved it. And it so part of it is just like liking that music. You're already gonna be a fan of the musicians, truly, and then it's like it's hard to screw up something. I think when you already like the music, and you like the person associated with that. So just like trying to be a good listener or understanding and just not be an asshole. I find that it's very easy to connect with people in that way. And I'm not saying that, like, I know there's anxieties that are involved in all of it, and there's some things that are out of our control and all that. But, you know, simple as it is, just being kind to people, especially the people that you want to connect with and work with, it shouldn't be too hard. So I think just trying to not overthink that is what has helped me to gain a lot of friends here. And also being very honest and intentional with things, right? So there will be a time when I have too much on my plate. And unless I'm getting a bag, I literally can't do it. Yeah. I can't justify it. I'm like, I need to, you have to put your mental health first and make sure you're giving your all to the projects you're working on and stuff like that. So part of it is just being honest. And I think that can be refreshing to some people. But it's like being honest, but then helping them find a solution still, which also is going to help everyone, because say I'm like, I can't do this right now. But this person could, like I have a lot of really talented friends who would love to do it, or vice versa. They'll do the same with me when I'm maybe don't have something going on, so, I don't know. It's like kind of diverted from the question a bit, but it's been very amazing to be here. I love it. I used to just come here every weekend as it was to try to either work or hang out with a few good friends, and it feels better to be here. I get to do fun stuff all the time like this, super grateful for that. And I feel like it's home now, which is cool. It's been about a year and a few months. I feel great about being here. Great home base.
And there are like not only the music scene, but then also like the film and visual scene here too. Like whether it's photographers, directors, directors of photography.
Yep. Yeah, he knows the roles.
There's a lot of other people within the scene that are also like helping shape that. So maybe talk to us a little bit more about like immersing yourself with also the other people behind the lens.
Yes.
As well.
Yes.
And how's that experience been?
So, I mean, in my opinion, I kind of worked backwards, right? So I started doing a lot of directing first, and then even this year, yesterday I was a PA on a project. Usually they're like a bigger set, and I'm so like clearly that's why I wouldn't be up there. I'm not to that level yet, but there's also I'm trying to like learn backwards in a way too, because so many of the people that are making the things work that we have the idea to do are completely carrying the team. Completely. Like that's, bro, it's crazy what these people are capable of and their knowledge. And it's like, I could throw out an idea that to me seems impossible for like the money and all that. But then someone's like, oh, I could do that in like 12 minutes. I'm like, what? How? Like the insane difference between having a really good gaffer lighting technician on to set up something for video or photos, whatever, and then just like doing it by myself, who I understand very basic aspects of light. I like to think I know it looks good, but I don't always know how to get to that. Yeah. And I don't have the equipment to get to that either usually. So I don't know how it is with music always, but there's roles, of course. Yeah. I've been in some sessions, hung out like in Zach's basement or something. I mean, I haven't done that much with Zach, I guess, but maybe a couple times. But like Landon or Elijah, just other friends, someone like, writes a little something on guitar, and then suddenly Papa comes in and just messes it up with adding some drums, and then like someone in the back is just like humming something, and then they found the melody, and then there's the melody. It's different process, but there's roles for a reason. Everyone's very good at one thing. You put that all together, and that's going to help you do it. So I always think that the directing part is not the hard part, like I'm proud of what I can do, and I'm proud of what a lot of directors can do. But at the level we're at, when you're not writing this crazy thing, I personally feel like completely the MVPs are just the DP, the gaffer, even down to lower scale PA, whatever. Yeah. It's just true. I mean, and they're doing the same thing. They're throwing out ideas and stuff too. So it's like, I don't know. Obviously, you get to a point where a writing can make it be good or bad, and like the overall visual identity of it can make it good or bad. But in many aspects, for the level I'm at currently, I don't do shit. Like it's just so amazing the skill and power these other professionals have that really move it forward, I guess. Yeah. And I guess making those connections is really just, I mean, I work with this DP a lot, Kellen. I don't know have you met Kellen yet? I don't know if you met Kellen.
I feel like I've heard the name.
Yeah, whatever. He's been shooting a lot of stuff with me. We've been trying to shoot some stuff on like 16 millimeter film and stuff, which has been great. And I just like DM'd him one time, like right when I moved here, and just he took a meeting with me, super nice guy. And I was like, dude, I have a few projects I want to do and I don't have money, and I know you're way above this, but if you'd like to do it, I'd love to have you shoot. And then he's like, okay. And here we are. So, wow. And that's same with Kyle, right? They're just very respectful people who, if they deem it to be something that, I don't know, is interesting to them, then they'll do it. And it's helped me elevate so much, I guess. So I appreciate those two and so many others. Like, I'm sure we'll talk about this soon, but even like Charlie and Kiera, who, well, I'm sure we'll touch on that in a bit, but they just help elevate. So you can't do everything alone to the level that you probably want to, even though that sounds discouraging. I find that to be the truth for the most part.
That is the truth.
There's some shit you can pull off for sure, but it's like, yeah, and you're not, I don't know. If not Scorsese out here.
Yeah, and if you want to do it justice, and if you want to do it at the fullest extent, especially with music videos, it is going to take that team. Okay. Especially with films, it is going to take that team. Yeah. You can't play every single role. And, man, it's stressful, too.
Yeah.
It's not even fun doing it like that, to be honest.
No, it's horrible.
Yeah.
No.
Speaking about teams, man, we got to shout this out. Big milestone for yourself, Kiera, and Charlie, having now created and co-founded Overbite. I apologize for not being able to make it.
Bro, weren't you not even there in town?
I wasn't even in the country.
Bro,
that's my only excuse.
You apologize. Bro, shut up. I should have FaceTimed you though. I could have been like, yo.
Yeah, that would have been cool. Yeah, that would have been cool.
Dude, it's fine. Monty, I'm gonna out Monty right now.
Okay, go
Monty,
ahead.
if you're watching this, his ass forgot. So he was just like it was at 7, and he just like fell asleep. Or I don't know. He like, I'm doing a face mask. I'm like, bro. But Mati shows up for everything, and he's a great fucking guy, and he's a good friend of mine. So I'm just teasing him, but I am outing him. You can leave that in too.
Okay.
Because he deserves that. He was mad at himself for that. So.
Well, for those that were able to be there in that moment, how did it feel? Kind of. Okay, let's actually just first start with you three. From my perspective, you three have been working collaboratively on projects for the past couple of years.
Yep.
And then it just reached a point where, probably through learning and speaking with other people that might be above you and have gone through this route before, where it made sense now to like legitimize it, make it a business, do it properly.
Yep.
Is that kind of a fair judgment?
Exactly. This man does his research, but I guess we're friends, so that helps. Yeah, completely. They're two people, Charlie and Kiera, who are two of a couple best friends of mine. I haven't known like for my whole life or anything, more in the last few years especially, but they at one point were like, yo, we want to try to help you produce some stuff. And like even before them, our good friend Selena was doing a bunch of that too, and she killed all that, but there came a point in her life where she needed to focus on other stuff to an extent and stuff too, and Charlie and Kiera were like, we'll do it. And they are so good at it. Like, it's insane. And it just, it felt right. We did I think we did maybe 3 or 4, and then we were like, if we work with, we were working with our friend Bear, an artist here, who she has a label that was, not here and everything, and they're like, okay, it comes time to even send money, and it's like, what are you gonna send it to my personal account? It's weird. Right. So it became a time when we realized, okay, we need to have an entity. We need a way of getting paid. We need to be insured. We need to not be held liable for any mistakes, be protected personally. And more than that, just kind of have really just an entity separate from ourselves, for one. And two, us three desperately don't want to get a 9 to 5. We, as so many artists, most of us just like are so in love with this stuff that we really try to avoid it. And who knows, maybe someday we'll have to get one, but that's very much what we're trying to avoid. And we're very young. We're a year out of college, and now is the time to take that chance, I think. And 100%. So that's what we're trying for. So yeah, we like you said, we asked a bunch of people like Kyle, who has his own thing, and just other people that we knew in the industry who have been through similar things, blah, blah, blah. And they're like, you just gotta do it. So we did it. Kind of worked on stuff for, at least half a year without like kind of being public or launching. And then we finally were like, all right, let's just do it. We're all, us three are, I don't know. I like to be kind of like mysterious, as dumb as that sounds, in the sense that I don't like, we're humans. We all like attention to an extent, but I definitely like limiting it. And Charlie especially does. And so does Kira. Yeah. We're very like, this is our thing and we want to celebrate with everyone, but we don't want to talk when we're there. We don't want to like have a speech or something. We literally just, please come celebrate our new business we're launching. Hopefully maybe it brings a couple new clients, and more so it's just like free drinks, let's have fun. And hopefully it's something that lasts for a long time. And yeah, because very much we believe in celebrating, as we all do. So that's that specific day. But in general, we're learning a lot, messing up stuff, mostly me. Those two don't really mess up. And kind of figuring out what we like doing, especially what we want to continue to do a lot of. And then honestly, just going through hardships financially is a big one. You just start a business. We're young. Yeah. Clients are tough to get. We keep losing out on stuff because we're not old enough, or because we haven't done a video for this thing. You know what I mean? Just dumb shit. Yeah. But that's how it is. So learning. But yeah, that's how that started. That's currently where we're at. Right now we're doing a lot of documentary focused things and moving towards commercial type of space more. Amazing. But always going to try to do music videos because I love doing it. It's never been something that is like something I can just do just that, obviously. Yeah. But I very much want to try to do at minimum a few a year that are pretty solid every time. So if I can always do that, I'll be happy with that side of it. But.
Proud of you, dog. Proud of you, man. It takes a village. But the name Overbite. What's the story? How'd you guys land on the name Overbite?
Bro, I don't totally remember. I had a severe overbite as a kid. Mm-hmm. I think one of them did too, maybe. I think it was just funny. We were talking about it, and we had all these different names for the company, and they were all like fucking horrible, like just not good. And we didn't want to be like involve a camera in the name. Like we didn't want to have Shutter in the name, or something. Yeah. So we were looking at a lot of our favorite company names, like. There's a production company called Machine Operated, which is just like so hard to me. Like they do a lot of Bakar stuff. Mm-hmm. That's how you say it, right? Bakar? Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I think so. I listen to him all the time, but I don't even know. But you know how like in his songs he'll say like backer sometimes. He's like Baka. Yeah. I'm like, what? Or bad kid. Yeah, I'm like, I don't know, man. Yeah. But so like them, we thought that was super cool, and it's kind of like, what the hell is that? Yeah. I found that interesting. So like technically we kind of go by like Overbite Studio, I guess, but it's really more just Overbite. What is that? And then I guess I thought, who I think it was Raj Webster, who I've been making a doc about for like a year. I think he damn near thought of it separately from that too, and was like, this would be kind of a crazy name. I'm like, bro, I thought of that. Wow. And then it just kind of like worked. And if you get the cosign from that kid, bro, you got to go with that. So we just voted on it, us three, and asked opinions, and people seem to like it. And I don't know. I don't really care that much about. It's not the biggest deal to me. It's just an entity that helps us do other things. I don't want it to be like this giant. I don't know. We're not trying to take the world over. We're just trying to make videos for fun, and hopefully there's an entity for that. So I don't know. I guess that I don't have a great memory sometimes. That's what I remember though.
Nah, that's a great story. I love the name. Name, but I was just so curious.
Thank you.
And the logo is literally someone's like scan of a teeth.
Yeah,
which I also think is cool.
My grandpa's like, that's a stupid fucking name. I was like, cool.
Grandpa's not gonna get it.
No, grandpa's not gonna get it. He's like, there's no camera in it. How am I? No, he's funny. No, he didn't say that. He just was like, I don't get it. Yeah. But that's kind of the point. If old people get it, then you probably did something wrong. Older, sorry, Grandpa. I don't think he knows how to use his phone, or even a computer, so he'll probably never see this. But if you were to, sorry, love you.
Man, dropping gems, how to do it, how to get it done, slow by slow.
Mm-hmm.
I really only got like one question for you, man. It's been a great conversation.
Mm-hmm.
So, as you know, you through the way you've gotten to where you're at has clearly been by aligning yourself with the right people, shooting your shot, sending DMs, collaborating with folks, being kind, bringing energy to the set. For people that might be watching this that are super interested and want to pursue film in whatever medium, what tips or advice do you have for them as they kind of get started and like kind of like shaping like how they even approach getting going?
Yep. I mean, I don't know who said, I don't know if it was like Tarantino or Scorsese or something, but one of those two. But they literally said, if you love cinema and in our scale, if you love to make videos, then you can't help but make something at least competent, like good, just in the sense of like, I don't know. If you love it, you know what's good and what's bad to an extent. And even when you start and it is bad, because it will be, some of the shit I make still is bad. Like we're all figuring it out, but you can't help but make something good eventually, at some point. And the first time you do make something that you feel is good, you're going to be like, okay, well, it's over. I'm never going back. So, this is so amazing. And even if you'll mess up again and blah, 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 but for a while, it just helps you to be motivated. But mostly it's like you said, putting yourself out there, not being afraid to do so. You also just have to be real in the sense that I would damn near like walk up to people who I knew who maybe didn't know me and be like, this is who I am. This is what I do. I don't have many resources, but I believe in myself and I love your work and I'd love to do something with you. Simple as that. 5 out of 10, maybe 9 out of 10 leads to nothing. 1 out of 10 is a Kyle Lehman, someone who believed in me and damn near became my mentor. 1 out of 10 is a Kellen. I mean, I don't know. I think I don't know. Everyone has a different path, in terms of that. But also, like, say you want to do music videos, like, everyone has someone they know that's a musician. Or everyone knows of a smaller band or something. Like, and many of them don't have the resources to even put into something. So I did, like, 7 free things before I ever did a paid one, I bet. And I'm not saying that if you can avoid working for free, do it because you're valuable, obviously. But also, like, it was my own choice, and I don't regret it. And I learned a lot from it, and it helped me get to the paid ones. Or less about the money, just helped me make a better video in the long run. Yeah. So you kind of just got to go for it, Yeah. Just, I don't know. If you care enough, you're going to do it either way. Nothing is going to stop you. It's just about, like, connecting with the people, and it can be hard to be patient for sure. I'm so impatient. Like, this stuff I want to do right now is just not realistic, but someday it'll happen. But I don't know.
Those are good. Those are good gems, man. Those are good gems.
I don't know. It's a tough question though. It is, because it's also like, who am I to say? Because I appreciate the kind words and any support from people, but I feel like I've done nothing compared to what I know I can do or what I will do, right? So in my head, I'm like, who am I to say like I can try to help, I guess, but I'm asking the same exact thing still to someone who's maybe 30 and has done something that I exactly want to do, you know. So, and they maybe are asking the same thing to someone who made a feature, and then the person that made a feature is wants to ask the same thing that's Scorsese, like you know, it's right. And even him, he's like, I don't know, I love him, that's why I keep bringing him up, but he might feel the same about I don't know about him, but you know, maybe like well, he does love some of the older. I don't know, man. It's tough. There's just like levels, and I don't know.
The growth never really like stops if this is something you really want to make your passion. But I mean, like, yeah, I mean, there is someone out there who is gonna watch this and they just literally don't know where to begin, and they look at your track record and what you have done. They're like, you know, eventually I do want to get to there. And yeah, doing 7 videos for free, that's a lot of people wouldn't even do that.
I mean,
right?
Some of them are not even like music videos, though. They're just like, and they're not even for business. They might just be like, someone's like, make a video of that. Like, it's dumb, but I hear you. And yeah, I feel you. Also, feel free to contact me. I'd love to try to help, you know.
There we go. You heard it here first.
Yeah. My social security is, no, I'm just kidding. No, I mean,
yeah. Just be an open door. And
yeah. Worst case, I'll slide you to someone who could help you better than me. Exactly. I got a lot of really good people in my life that love to try to help and
100%.
make stuff in general. So, yeah.
Well, my boy, thank you for coming through.
Of course.
It's been a pleasure.
Yeah.
You got anything that we should be on the look for?
Out
soon?
Yeah, I'll say that, but I first want to say thank you to you, of course. Very much appreciate being here. Mm-hmm. And I just want to say that every single person I've ever met that has met you and knows you sees you as a beacon of positivity and just optimism in general here. And there's like, you know how like there's like times when everyone's going to do something shitty. I don't think you are capable. Like, I'm not even trying to glaze right now, bro. I'm just saying, like, I very much look up to you and appreciate you.
Likewise.
And thanks for having me and just being like a good, I don't know, role model for so many of us here. Mm-hmm. And excited for your show soon. Yeah. When is that? In like a couple weeks with Mati?
Yeah, that's like next week. Yep.
Oh, next week. Yep. So, yeah, that. So just had to get that out the way. Yeah. But I mean, I guess last thing, I mentioned it earlier, I have been working on a documentary for like a year and a half, maybe. It's 0 budget, so it's DIY as shit. But I've loved the process. It's about Zara Webster, whose name is Raj. Zara Webster is like his kind of design line, I guess, his brand. Makes the craziest clothes ever. Damn near in his room. He's made rain jackets. He's made like the weirdest, craziest pants. Just, I don't know. He's really, truly one of the most talented people I've met. And I found him very interesting. So I asked him if I could tell a story. He's like, why? I haven't done anything yet. And I'm like, well, bro, that's the cool part, you know? So I've just been trying to document his life the last year. Almost done with the editing process now. Filmed for a year. So close to being done. I don't know. That's going to be exciting. Try to shoot a lot on film, like 16 millimeter and 8 mil, and just like kind of play into the DIY or I guess like analog and traditional way of doing things. Learned a lot. I think it's pretty good for the resources I had, but I'm excited to hopefully use it to get to the next level, because I do love telling those like longer form stories. Like it's like 40 minutes right now, and I just can't get it shorter. I can't. Like I'm not. I don't care. It's not good enough probably to be like a festival run type of thing either. Yeah. So I'm kind of just embracing that, and it's a great story, but it is what it is. So super excited for that. I guess that in the future, I don't know. Hopefully I'll finish it in the next couple weeks, and then I don't even know where to Kieran Chilo help me figure out what to do then. I don't know. Man. And Raj.
I'm excited for that. And having known Raj for a while.
Yep.
And literally he's just been grinding at school and building
bro. He's also just like young as hell.
Yeah.
It's like 22.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know.
Yeah, man. And again, man, it helps to have people around that can help shine a light and visually explain this world that might be going on in the artist's head. And yeah, man, it's beautiful. It's beautiful.
Yeah, it is.
So cheers to that. And
thank you.
This has been a great conversation.
Yeah, man. Thanks for having me, bro. Appreciate
Peace,
you.
yo.
Peace.